Hi, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be making a doll on Rumi from the Kpop Demon Hunters on Netflix. If you watched the movie, you know that Rumi is a member of the fictional girl group Huntrix. While they're going up with their voices, they're also slaying demons as demon hunters trying to steal the honeymoon. However, the people around Rumi aren't aware of the fact that she's half human and half demon, and she has these interesting patterns on her body that she's extremely ashamed of and hopes they would disappear as soon as her mission is complete. But these patterns have a beautiful glow-in-the-dark appearance, and that's why I've decided to make my first glow-in-the-dark custom doll. Now let's get started. To make Rumi, I'm using this Barbie You Can Be Anything Wildness doll. Barbie has the Kayla or Lee sculpt. In the past, I've used this face sculpt to make Blackpink Lisa, Hong Chae-young from Vincenzo, and Mona Lisa. So let's see how I do now on Rumi. This doll has very limited articulation, and I think Rumi can be posed in so many fun ways, so I've decided to replace this doll's body. I'll be using this Made to Move tennis player doll. This doll has a cute face, but I'm not going to be using this for Rumi. I will just be using the body. There is, though, a slight difference in the skin tone. The tennis player is slightly lighter than the violinist, but I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna remove all of this doll's beautiful black hair. The hair is all gone, and I'm going to quickly take off this doll's face up. This doll does not have the pixelated paint, so it's much easier to take off her makeup with just a wipe. Before rerooting her hair, I'm gonna paint this doll's scalp purple. I'm gonna use this purple hair to reroot the doll. This is actually glow-in-the-dark hair. The hair is a bit rough, so I'm gonna use a hair straightener to straighten the hair and make it smoother. I've straightened some hair and I think it looks perfect for Rumi's braid. This is my rooting tool, and let's get started. I finished rooting her hair, and now I'm adding glue inside her head to make sure the hair plugs stay in place. I'm gonna start styling the hair now, and I really love using my OMG Dolls hairbrush to detangle doll's hair. I've separated the hair into 5 sections. To start the braid, for the front part of the hair, I'm just gonna tie a basic knot, and I'm gonna do this twice. At this point, I'm going to switch to a dragon braid. For the lower part of the hair, I'm just gonna switch to a basic braid, but I'm gonna do a reverse braid. The hair is extremely long, so I'm going to cut off the lower part of the hair and then tie a ribbon around the rubber band. It's now time for the face up. using a medium grit sanding sponge to sand the doll's body and then spray it with some Mr. Super Clear and draw her patterns. Now that I've finished mapping out her patterns with my pencils, I'm gonna finally go over this with paints, but I'm using glow-in-the-dark acrylic paints. I got these from AliExpress. I'm using blue, pink, and purple on different parts of the patterns. I will be mixing blue and purple together because purple doesn't glow in the dark when charged with white light. It just glows with black light. But blue has very strong glow even with white light. I think blue is a better choice for the patterns because when Rumi sings "This is what it sounds like," her patterns glow more white and blue than purple. What I'm also doing is I'm gonna use a transparent luminous paint to draw patterns on other parts of her body, and this will not be visible unless charged with black light. And once it's done, I'm gonna seal this with a thin layer of MSC. A quick throwback to Rumi without patterns. I'm just using this to make a pattern for her outfit because for me this is the easiest way to sew. And I'm gonna do all the sewing off camera. I'm using this black fabric to make Rumi's jacket. This looks super glittery, but this is actually the back side of the fabric. On the other side, it's very shiny, but it looks more silver in person than black. I have these little black sequins, and I think this is perfect for the jacket. I'm using this Aliens Fabric Fusion Glue. This is my first time using this, and I hope it'll have a better hold than the white glue. I finally finished gluing all the sequins onto the jacket, and the glue was actually pretty good. All the sequins are still in place and none of them fell off, and the fabric is also flexible. I'm gonna use chunky glitters to give the appearance of gold sequin trims. And it's finally done. This is what it looks like. I'm gonna quickly go ahead and add some sequins to the sides of the shorts. I'm painting these silver buckles gold, and unfortunately I finished the belt off camera. Rumi has two different types of shoelaces. The outsole remains gold, but when she's performing it's black, and spoiler, but once Gino gives her his soul, her shoelaces turn gold. I like the gold version more, so I'm gonna paint the shoelaces gold as well. This is the fun part. I'm so thankful to Bunny from the Easy Bun store on Etsy. I did see that she was selling a lot of Kpop Demon Hunters merch, light sticks and keychains and hoops, and I reached out to her and asked her if she could make a much bigger hoop for my doll, and she agreed, and it's finally here. This is perfect and so beautiful, and it doesn't even need to be painted. Apart from the hoop, she did send me a lot of freebies, and this is one of them, a keychain of the tiger from the movie, and it says that the tiger's eyes glow in the dark, so I guess we're kind of on the same page. But let's test it out. Wow, that is so cool. Even the little magpie's eyes glow. I also have replacement hands for this doll. I specifically selected this finger pose because her fingers are posed similar to the dance step a little after she sang "I was a ghost, I was alone." Anyway, but the Barbie hands are super stiff, so I'm replacing them. I'm also gonna paint her nails. Somewhere in the movie, I think in the music video, you can actually see her nail art. This is the final nail art. I'm using nail art rivets and charms to make her earrings as well as to embellish her hair. I'll also be using chains for the hanging earrings. It took an eternity of breaking and dropping things around to make this. That's why I did it off camera, but this is the charm for her belt. I'm gonna use thermoplastic to make her shoulder armor. There are some intricate details on Rumi's shoulder armor, but I'm just gonna doodle on this armor with thickened acrylic paint. Off camera, I quickly superglued circular small nail rivets onto the armor to add more details, and now I'm painting them gold. I don't know what this is called, but it goes over the other shoulder of her jacket, and I made it with thermoplastic as well, and I'm gluing on some nail art charms. There is an embroidery patch on her shoulder, and I decided to use thermoplastic for that as well, and I'm just painting on the details. And lastly, I wanted to make Rumi's sword. I bought a sword for action figures, and somehow I got 2 of them. I guess that gives me more room to experiment with painting. I wanted to give Rumi that powerful glow-in-the-dark look, so I decided to paint the sword with glow-in-the-dark paints as well. I initially tried painting on the glow-in-the-dark paints directly on the sword, but it didn't look good, so I eventually mixed regular acrylic paints and glow-in-the-dark paints together, and it looked great. If you made it this far in the video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and let's check out the end result pictures together.